Hi guys, and welcome back to day 9 of the new Daily Carnage content. Today is the Bengal Tiger at level 5. This is on the untamed levels, so there is fire and embers and falling trees everywhere. The Bengal Tiger is what has been nerfed with the current situation. So it is level 5, but the brute double shotgun that you get to use during the level is still as powerful as always been. So in comparison to the new nerfed level events, it is actually as hard as it's always been. It was one of the harder daily carnages, but with the new levels, they are a lot harder, whereas this is now easier in comparison. But it's still a difficult level with lack of vision and smoke and fire everywhere, and the brute double shotgun, which is not particularly great as far as the Into the Dead 2 weapons go. But with the fact that it's the Bengal Tiger that has had its level reduced, it doesn't really affect the level very much whatsoever. The Tiger's impact on the level is negligible, so you will be able to do as well as you've always been able to do. It's just that the brute double and the fire on this level has been particularly difficult and has always been one of the harder levels. Having said that, I did do very well very quickly, as you see my score it towards the end of the level. Keep watching till the very end to see how well I've done. So I'm going to get straight on with it. We'll click play. We're hoping that soon the hotfix will come out. I read today on their forums that they are, for the time being, removing the leaderboard, which is a shame. When really it's not the leaderboard that's the problem, it's the nerfed level. So at the beginning of the level, on this run, I was just quickly checking to make sure they hadn't nerfed out the shotgun. So I was making sure that I can still kill everything with one hit other than the sheriffs, which take 2. And that's how it's always been. So I was quickly checking that that was all hunky-dory. As you can see, there is fire and ash and limited vision. It's very difficult to see the smoke in the horizon of your crates, although the green light does help to display where they're coming from. You need to pay extra attention on this level to make sure that you don't miss your crates, because you don't have a very large ammo capacity, and sometimes you'll need to lay 2 shots into a sheriff to make sure he goes down. So we're moving swiftly on to the second run, now that I was happy that this was still as easy as it's always been, which isn't particularly easy, but in comparison to the new nerfs is a lot easier than trying to, say, use the cartel twins. As I was saying, it's easier than using the cartel twins at level 8. So, moving swiftly into the next run, I'll explain the tactics behind getting a high score and your 3 skulls on this level. At the very beginning, you might as well start using some of your ammo. You've got a maximum capacity of 14. You'll quickly be refilled every time you pick up a box. It pretty much takes you to maximum. Notice the trees kill the Zeds in your way as well. Unfortunately, you don't get given the points for the Zeds that are killed by the falling debris. And every now and then the Tiger will make an attack. Although it's going to be a little bit less, it doesn't really have a significant impact that he's become slightly weaker. Pick out the small pockets of groups at the beginning until you've picked up the first crate, like this. And then start picking out the groups of 3. Very soon, at about this moment, you'll be able to start picking out slightly bigger groups. So as soon as you've made it past these tents, the groups are about 10 there and then another one there, and they keep spawning in big groups like that, so you can punch entire groups down and make good amounts of kills. start killing early and start killing the groups with as accurately and as concurrently as possible. Just keep hitting them. Later on, when they will be armoured Zeds, as soon as you get to the point where there's armoured Zeds, you will struggle to make as many kills as fast. You will have to dodge and weave and make your kills in amongst them. At this point, you can get double hits to kill the sheriffs, and you can kill the big groups and really rack your score up. The Brute Double itself doesn't have a large ammo capacity, doesn't have a particularly good damage, and only has a 2 size clip. So it is a fairly awful weapon to be forced to use. The only upside it's got is a very fast rate of fire, so you can pretty much unload both shells almost simultaneously. You just pull the trigger twice very quickly and you'll be able to unload both shells into one group very fast, just like that. Other than that though, it is a very early level weapon that unlocks very early in the game, and thus is one of the weaker and worst weapons in the game to have to use, making this, on top of the fact of the limited sight in all the smoke and obstacles, a very difficult level. Compounded with the fact that the Tiger is meant to be a saviour pet, which gives you a knife save. The saviour abilities in the Carnages never seem to work. They seem to have been removed so that you do not get a saviour effect. I've never seen the Tiger do a saviour effect for, well, at least a year. They were effective to start with, much like the Wolf had a saviour ability. At some point the Wolf and all saviour abilities within Carnage got removed. As you can see here, I keep dodging between the Zeds, keep making the shots, keep finding the bigger groups and ploughing through. And that is pretty much it. As you get further into the level, there are more of these Zeds running at you from side to side. I just draw them together and take them out as a big group. But this is a very good run. I get a very good score. I will leave you with the footage so that you can analyse my movements and how I have done it. And I'll just leave it there. Take care. Take it easy, guys.